Alright, we are here at the Comic-Con in Nebraska. It's my first time to do this. They just opened the doors at the Comic-Con in Nebraska, so we're about to see people coming in, I hope. I've got my booth set up. Here's my backdrop, which I always get lots of comments on my backdrop because it is whimsical and fantasy, and it's just kind of like step into my lair, step into my world. But we have a lot of cool things set up here. Next to me is an art booth, really cool stuff. And over there we've got t-shirts and stuff about Minnesota's Comic-Con, which is kind of far away from me. And just some really cool stuff. Kind of unusual stuff. Here come the people. Look at them. They're starting to pull in. So I'm going to have to jump behind my booth a moment. But we see this has got clothing and jewelry and really fun stuff over here. Here come the people. Before they get to me, I'm going to show you my booth. So I've got my one set of fantasy novels here, different fantasy series here, and then my Supernatural Academy fantasy series here. I've got books in paperback, special edition hardcover, and the omnibus special edition, which is on display here, so that people can touch it, look through it. It's got beautiful art, so everyone can check it out. So I'm going to jump back behind my booth, and we'll show you guys a little bit later what's going on. Go. Super cool. I can't use my phone this whole time or I'll run out of battery. I didn't bring a backup charger. No, so I might need to run down an outlet and see where one is so I can charge later. Otherwise, I'll have to turn this off soon. But we've got lots of cool stuff. And I've got my booth set up with one fantasy series here. And here come all the people. Everyone has arrived. Comic-Con is now open. This is the Nebraska Comic-Con. And it's my first time to do this event, but I really like it because they gave me a really big space. Big space for my books. And if people come over, I will start to engage with them rather than interact on this live. So, hello. So you'll get to see how this goes. Just walk around to the front. I'm going to show you my books, my booth, real quick. So everyone's coming in. So, just real quick, I have 3 fantasy books here, 3 series. And I'm going to set you up and describe it. So this one is my Supernatural Academy series. It was written for all those people who grew up enjoying Harry Potter, but they got old. And they still love magic in classes and roommates and mean teachers and adventures and fighting. But they want something a little more mature. So that's this series. And it's available in paperback, it's available in hardcover, and it's available in the omnibus hardcover. And the omnibus special edition has all kinds of artwork in it, the sprayed edges, bookmarks. This one's on display so that people can look at it and go through it. And then this one is the Goddess of Fate series, which is mythology, very high school, very YA. It's about a girl that when she smells lemon, she's going to have a vision of someone dying. And turns out she's actually a goddess, and she's supposed to be changing how people die. And then this one is my newest series, which hasn't come out yet. This is a limited edition. It's only available when I do a live show. And it is a King Arthur retelling. So let's hop on back behind the table so that I can be back there to engage with people. when they walk by. Just prop you up for a little bit, and you can just be a part of the show. Maybe you'd rather look at me while we're waiting on people. So this is the Nebraska Comic Con. It's my first time to do this. Here in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm dressed up in my new Victorian get up. Got this really cool Victorian shirt. It's exactly what I wanted. The high collar, the fluffy ruffles. And I have this beautiful skirt. See it? So it's one of my favorite parts about events is getting to cosplay and dress up, usually in the theme of what my books are about. Hi Adele, nice to meet you. So at this point when I'm doing an event, I really like these kinds of events. Because I don't have to go out of my way and try to get people to come into my booth. I usually just read people as they walk by. Hello, Joy. Hello. Reader? Yeah? What kind of books do you like to read? Cool, cool, cool. I think you're in the right place. So I'm a fantasy author. I have 3 different series here. This one over here is my best-selling series. It is a Supernatural Academy series. So think like Harry Potter meets the Supernatural television show. So you have, instead of witches and wizards in a school setting, you have angels and demons. And instead of wands and incantations, they're learning to use the power of light and dark, trying to figure out who's the good guys, who's the bad guys, and fighting supernatural creatures. And it's a 4-book series. It is complete. I do have it in paperback. I have the first book in hardcover, and then I have the omnibus special edition that has all 4 books in it. And then this one is my newest series, and this one actually hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out until 2027, so I have limited edition copies. I just did a print run of 100 books, and they're all signed and numbered. It is a King Arthur retelling. So if you've read Throne of Glass or anything like that, it's very much like Throne of Glass meets King Arthur. And it's just a little bit different than other stuff I've written. Goes into dark historical fantasy. It takes place in 500 AD. If you're familiar with the show or any of the books written by Bernard Cromwell, do you know him? That's all right. That's all right. He does historical fiction. Like, does a really, really good job of taking actual historical events, like the Netflix show, The Last Kingdom, was Bernard Cromwell. Yeah, really good stuff. And I do have a show special going on. If you buy 3 books, you get a 4th one for free. If you buy 1 book, you get a 2nd for half off. And this one's a mythology series. Yeah, I didn't even get to that one. This one's about a girl that when she smells a lemon, she's going to have a vision of someone dying. But she doesn't just see them dying, she experiences death with them. So she's like dying over and over again. She thinks she's cursed. She's like dying multiple times a day, but she's actually a goddess and she doesn't know it. So she's supposed to be changing how people die. So that whole series follows her journey as she figures out what she is and actually enters into the pantheon and embraces her goddesshood. You're welcome to pick them up, read the back, thumb through them. You gonna do that one? Okay. Hello.
Or the way they were born, you know.
Would you like me to sign your name in it or just sign my name? Okay. And these are limited edition because it hasn't come out yet. So you're getting a version of it that's uncut. It's like all the raw thoughts, and they're numbered. So this is number 68 of 100 because I only did a print run of 100. This one's number 25 of 100. And when they're gone, and people just have to wait for the actual book to come out. Bag that up for you and throw in one of my cards so you can find me later. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Okay, so that series that I just sold is my up and coming Merlin series. It has not come out yet. You cannot find that series. Well, it's up for pre-order. Book one is called The Once and Future Crown. It is a King Arthur retelling. I'm super excited about this series, but since it hasn't come out yet, I had a lot of my readers that knew I was working on something, and I haven't had a fantasy book come out since 21, which was this one over here, my supernatural Harry Potter series, basically. Harry Potter meets supernatural. And so when I would go and do events like this, because I tend to show up year after year at some of the same events, although it's my first time at this event, then a lot, I'd get those customers that would come over and ask, what do you have that's new? What have I not purchased from you before, basically? And I didn't have anything. So everyone knew I've been working on this Merlin series since before COVID, like 2019. Long time I've been working on this series. So my readers told me just to put something together that would be new, something that they could purchase, even if it wasn't complete yet. So I did. So I put together this. This is book one, and it is a limited edition. So I have it right there on here that is unedited because it is. I read through it, of course. It's not like a rough draft, but it's not finished. I still need to go through it and finalize it and really tie it together with all the rest of the books. So it is, this was a working title. It is called, the book one is called Kingdom of Blood and Dreams. The name of the series is The Once and Future Crown, which I love. I think the title is so Arthurian, and that's what it is. It's an Arthurian legend. Hello! Oh, something just fell over. Figure out what that was. Oh, it's because I'm almost out of these books. I only have 3 left of book one, and once I sell out of book one, I will be done selling that series because people don't buy book 2 if they can't get book 1. And I ordered more of book 1, but they come from the UK and they didn't arrive in time. So I'll have them for my next event, but I don't think I have another event until October. So it's unfortunate because I do have plenty of book 2, but once book 1 sells out, it's done. I only have 3 left of book 1, and I just sold one of them. So yeah. So the great thing, my favorite thing about doing Comic-Con events, I don't have to lure people into my booth. My booth is very inviting, first of all. As you can see behind me, I have a backdrop that tells exactly what I am. I am an author. I'm selling books. They're fantasy. So you can see that quite clearly from the backdrop. And a lot of, if I'm at a book event, a whole bunch of other authors, I feel like it's a lot harder because everyone's a reader, but they don't necessarily want it because there's like 100 other Comic-Con. Those are my favorite because a lot of people are here for keychains and for t-shirts and games and stuffed animals, and their eyes glaze right over my booth. They're not interested in books, which is cool. Totally cool. I'm not going to try to convince someone to buy a book if they don't want a book. But people who stop, people who slow down, people who start to read my covers, start to examine it. I know they're a reader. So my first question of engagement is usually, are you a reader? Just so they know that I've noticed them. Hello, are you a reader? Yeah, for sure. So that they know I've noticed them. I'm here to answer their questions. And then if they respond positively to that question, like, yeah, I'm a reader, and they slow down even more, they're really looking, then I can launch into engagement. Well, if they kind of go, yeah, but like that guy, yeah, but I'm in the middle of something. So he saw the books, they caught his attention, but he doesn't have time to stop and look. Or they're like, oh, I used to be. Okay, the books interested them, but they don't want to buy any books. So just like, okay, I don't have to pimp myself at these events, which is great. Because following up with that question, are you a reader? If they say yes, and they slow down and they're really eyeing the books, then my next question is, what kind of books do you like to read? Or if there's, I can usually tell that they like fantasy if they're examining my books. So then my question is, what's your favorite flavor of fantasy? What do you like to read? And then I can tailor my response of what my books have that might interest them based on what I know they like. So I really like these kinds of events. They go better for me than regular book events where I'm with 500 other authors. And they're way, way better than a craft fair where people seem to be bargain shopping. What I really, really like about Comic Cons is people are not bargain shopping. They value art. They value beautiful things, and they recognize that those things aren't cheap. Hello. And so it's a really great, and my books are not cheap. My books are not they're not cheap commodities, and they're made with great quality. Like, get one of my hardcovers out of here. This is one of my special editions. So I mean, we've got foil. We've got foil on the sides. We've got foil on the back. It's got sprayed edges. It's got end papers. It's got formatting on everything. It's even got a color interior. So it's got a bookmark. So I specialize in, here's my bookmark. I specialize in beautiful books. I specialize in high quality books. Hello. I don't specialize in cheap books or your gas station variety of pocket paperbacks. And so I really like these places because people value art, they value beauty, and they recognize that they are luxurious commodities and they pay what they're worth. But if you ever have any questions about going to an event, doing an event, what kind of prices should you charge, what swag should you have available, is it worth it to get bookmarks, postcards, business cards, all the things, happy to answer your questions. This is really where I make my living, is doing these live events. Each one brings in a very decent amount of money, and I just wish I could do them more frequently. I'm going to sign off because I need this phone to last me all day. It is how I accept payment. And I will give you guys an update tomorrow, probably.